Hey, what's going on everybody, this is Deathbringer here and welcome back to some more Search and Destroy. This is Modern Warfare 3 once again, the typical 20 plus kills that I like to put out there for your guys' entertainment. Very you know, cool gameplay. You know, I'm just using my normal rushing style, my sort of unique style where I just run in there, you know, get these kills, and it basically looks like I'm very lucky a lot of the time. And this is what I really wanted to get into today. I wanted to get into a question that is asked to me a lot that relates to my style of playing. A question that I get asked every single day, and I just wanted to give you sort of an in-depth sort of you know, acknowledgement into this, and sort of broaden your minds to sort of help you guys realize how I go out there and do this like no other person on YouTube. I get into Search and Destroy games, you know, I get all these amazing kills, and it seems kind of crazy. Like, how can someone run about with someone who uses no headset, particularly, and someone who just looks like they're just running aimlessly gets all these kills? It seems sort of impossible at times, and I get these sort of comments a lot, you know, like, how do you do this, Deathbringer? How is that possible? And how do you not use a headset? And what's the other one? Or why are you using Stock Pro over Sitrep Pro and all this? And I just wanted to get into that whole area right there, you know, what my sort of rushing style's about, and how I, you know, got like this, and how I sort of have made my mind you know, sharpened in this kind of way to make these kind of small decisions at every single point in which I'm running about that makes me successful. And the main sort of thing I want to concentrate on is the fact that I don't use a headset, and that's quite interesting to a lot of you guys. A lot of you say, how can you not use a headset on Modern Warfare 3? You know, you get sound hoard and all this sort of stuff. Well, I've got some sort of ideas and opinions behind this, and I've got knowledge that helps me avoid getting sound hoard as effectively as others do. You know, other people sort of run in and they don't do the same things that I do. It's really hard to explain, but I'm going to try and have a sort of a stab at it today. So this all stems back down to the very early days of Call of Duty, basically, and how I got these sort of effective rushing skills. I built them up for years and years on Call of Duty 4, and back in the Call of Duty 4 days, a lot of people did not have headsets, which is what you guys need to understand if you're going to try and figure out why I don't use a headset. A lot of people didn't use a headset, and this has its advantages, because what that basically means is the guys these days who use headsets, all they're concentrating on is sound, you know, and their aim. And this is where the difference between me and other people is, other decent people, you know, who don't use headsets. This is the difference, the main difference. The fact that these new guys concentrate on sort of sound whoring, like you're saying, you know, they're using Sitrep Pro and all this, and they're hoping that they can hear people's footsteps and sort of sit around picking off kills. Well, that's not what I go by, you know, that's not the way I've learnt to play. The way I've learnt to play is different. As I said, back in the COD 4 days, there were no headsets, hardly. And what this meant was, I had to train myself to learn absolutely everything about the game. You'll notice that I check corners like no other person. I check every single corner almost if I think there's somebody there. I know little details like what each gun does, you know, what each gun is capable of. Do I think I'm gonna go head on? My awareness is insane, as in I know when people are dying, I know where bullets are being shot from, I know where grenades are coming from. I think about this stuff all the time while I'm running about in Search and Destroy, and that might seem a lot to think about, but when you've done it for a long time, as I have done for years in SnD, you know, when I've done it for this amount of time, it becomes sort of natural, and this is why I'm so effective at rushing. So let's think about this for a moment. If I'm going down a rush route, right, and I take it as fast as I possibly can because that's what I try to do, there's a reason I go so quickly in Search and Destroy. I'm running in, I'm getting in there before they can even start camping most of the time, you know. I'm beating them to the point before they can set up claymores and all this sort of stuff. And I'm usually trying to take them straight and head on as soon as possible. And the idea behind that is just basically taking them by surprise. If they can't set up, they can't sound whore you, if that makes any sense. If you see where I'm coming from. And without a headset, I've built this sort of awareness that I've talked about throughout this video. The fact that I know all the little glitches, all the little hiding spots, you know, where people are going to be and where they're most likely to go on each and every single map, you know, the best and fastest, quickest rush routes to get to the enemy's faces, you know, and that's what I like to do in Search and Destroy, and this is the reason I'm so effective over many other players. I think that's a great explanation that I've just put out there today. I think it was pretty decent for you guys to hear. I hope you sort of get what I just said. I have a very high awareness because the time I've been playing these games, you know, there were no headsets, and it's enabled me to learn sort of stuff that others don't. People are too busy concentrating on sound whoring these days and listening for footsteps. They might not be checking corners and stuff like that, you know, that they might not be ready for me coming running at them, and this is the difference, you know. And it's the difference on the opposite side as well. I expect people to be in front of me, you know, every time I rush forward. I don't expect to get an easy ride, you know, and I take great risks for great reward, and that's what Search and Destroy is all about for me, you know, getting some epic gameplay in there and just having a lot of fun and outthinking players. Obviously there's situations that you can't predict and you've got to take them as they come, but other than that, that's pretty much what my sort of rushing style is all about, and I hope I've explained how I'm so effective, and I hope you sort of get that. So yeah, thanks for watching guys, this was Deathbringer, and I hope you enjoyed this video. A 4-2 victory on Seatown, getting 21 kills and only 3 deaths. Not bad guys. I'll see you later and have a nice day.
Vegeta, what does the scouter say about his power level? It's over 9,000!